Good morning, everyone. Good morning from Los Angeles, where it's 72 and sunny. But we have a horrible state government. I'll explain that, what's going on with our new mileage tax that's about to be levied upon us. But I don't think that has anything to do with the markets, do we now? Interesting weekend, right? Interesting weekend. Crypto crash. Gold, silver continue kind of selling off. Except the indexes are pumping up. It seems like we reached a tariff deal with India. And yeah, market's being bought. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Trading with Sergio, Monday edition, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Every Monday and Wednesday, for a while at least. I may cut the Wednesdays down, actually, do like a Monday, Friday kind of a bookends of the week kind of a situation, but we'll see, depending on my other schedule, since I'm trying to spin about 10 different plates. So welcome to Trading with Sergio. A lot of activity this morning, a couple of good ones, a couple of new ones. I think I run the most transparent YouTube channel when it comes to finance. That's because I have zero pressure on myself. I don't compete with anyone. I'm competing with myself and the market. I don't care what other people do. Couldn't care less, specifically some of the fools on X who are still sucking the tit of Tom Lee with BMNR. I still don't think they have understood what's going on, but you know, to each their own. It's their money. They can light it on fire as much as they want to. The important thing to understand in all of this is Tom Lee is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. I'm pretty sure he's got a very heavy security detail going on now. Since BMNR is down about 70%, when you know, things go sideways, people have two things that they do. This is with any trading, doesn't have to be BMNR. You either cut, take the L and move on, or you hope and pray. Hope and pray never, in my 30 plus years of doing this, has never worked. Not for me anyway. Maybe for some other people it does. So this is the problem with traders. Traders take small gains and hold on to the losers. As long as they keep doing that, the statistics of 80 to 90% of traders losing money will never change. And it is a very difficult thing to do, I agree. Taking an L is a difficult thing to do. However, if we all took L's on stuff we're holding for months now, because we got into it as a trade, but now we became long-term holders. Well, there isn't much anybody can do when it comes to taking L's or managing risk or understanding risk, because I don't think anybody understands risk these days, because they're all used to, most people who got into trading got into it during the pandemic, and they always think stocks go up. Stocks don't go up. For example, today, market's ripping. Now, when I say market, let's take it with a grain of salt. The indexes are ripping. And what's happening to the beloved stocks of some of these ex-furus, such as Hood, such as SoFi, such as HIMS? Where are they? These things are down 40, 50, 60, 70% from their highs. This is with the market almost at an all-time high. Now, quite underperforming, obviously. But what will happen if the market really truly sold off 20%? Do these stocks that are already underperforming when the market's going down, when the market's on an all-time high, do they have a shot of reversing and going counter trend? Absolutely not. So this is the issue that I'm trying to explain through the YouTube channel, is that money always is rotating. There is underperformance and there is outperformers. Being in underperforming stocks while they're still going lower and then hoping and praying is not going to get anybody anywhere. However, again, it's their money, it's their choice. They can do whatever they want. So, good morning, everyone. Trading with Sergio live. I am going to go through the positions, obviously. I think I have a full house at the moment when it comes to position count, not size. Size is fine. Still have dry powder, plenty, in case I need to DCA a couple of these things. So if you've been following me for a while, this year, start of the year, I made the announcement that my trading is going to be pivoted. I'm not going to look at any of the old girlfriends, such as everybody trades, the Oklos, the IRENs, and whatever they are, Hoods and Palantirs and Nvidia and Mag 7 and whatever. I'm going to go. I said I'm going to go the other way, which is the other way. The other way is I'm looking for mid caps, large caps that are making 52-week highs. So when it comes to my trading style, I like buying high, selling higher. When it comes to my investing account, I like buying low, selling high. So you have to make the differentiation. You have to understand where that's coming from, because most of the trading is short-term stuff. It is 99% short-term capital gains. You have to think of taxes. You have to think of slippage. You have to think of commissions. There's a lot of costs in trading. It's not free, folks. A lot of people think, oh, Robinhood is free. No, it's not free. Once you understand that, maybe you won't go YOLO so much. So I, and like I have a trading group or Telegram chat group. If you want to support the channel that way, you get me for a Big Mac a month. I'm not doing it for the money, obviously. If I was doing it, I'd be charging it, $999 a month instead of $99 a month. But I'm just trying to teach you guys how to fish. I'm supposed to give you the fish. So, we have a new member, actually, Osvaldo. Good morning, Osvaldo. See, there's a new member. Smart man. So if you want to join, click join. Send me an email, sergio@sergioavadian.com. I'll send you the Telegram chat group link. So what do you get for that? You get my trades live. Again, none of this is trading, financial, or investment advice. What I do is very risky. My account size and my psychology. I don't want to cuss, but sometimes I have to. Yep. Maybe you guys can hear me. Although I'm frozen, I can see myself. I'm frozen. Yep. Okay, we're back. Technical difficulties, obviously. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to just pick myself a new watch list, I said, and they're going to be stocks that are making 52-week highs. The reason 52-week highs work is because you can see where the momentum is. You can see where the money is going. These are all institutions participating in this game. This is not Robinhooders or retail doing this. I mean, retail does have a certain amount of power, but I don't think, other than meme stocks, I don't think they have any power when it comes to the markets, dark pools and things like that. And it's just, most stock transactions happen in dark pools outside the exchanges anyway. And nobody understands that stuff, but forget about that. Anyway, so I've changed I pivoted, and I'm going to stick to it. In fact, in my group, a couple of them asked today, they said, how about this? I'm like, I'm not looking at it. How about HIMS? It's down to 26 is support. I'm like, okay, good for you. Do whatever you need to do. So my goal this year is to just deal with outperforming stocks, because what they do is, even if the market sells off those stocks, kind of go sideways to unchanged, and then when the market kicks back in, and they just take off. So as opposed to hood, for example, complete breakdown, stocks 90, markets ripping. In the old days, hood, where's hood? 155 to 90. Pretty decent sell-off. Is it cheap? No. Will I look at it at some point? Yeah, maybe at 60. So doing the 52-week high list actually gives me enough time for the other stocks that I may want to even buy in my long-term account. Give me the time to wait. You just got to wait. You got to be patient. So, what else is going on? Not much. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. Good morning, Osvaldo. Welcome to the group. Good morning, Meta Mike. Hope you're doing well. You used to be a member. The Fount, good morning. Justin Cassett. Hey, good morning. And the Fount says, hope it worked for me. Yeah. That's because it was in an uptrend. When something is in an uptrend, it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, you want to play that game, Palantir still could be at 6. Okay, that was wrong. So 2 wrongs don't make it right. Riding from 10 to 40 back to 6 is absolutely ridiculous. You should have cut that one, and you should have cut that one. That's it. You're obviously still following some people who are, I don't know, doing whatever they do. What is your business riding a stock from 40 to 6? I have zero idea how you guys do this. Zero idea. I have no idea how you people do this. Good morning, Sergio. Sanders went from 15x in the last 6 months. How much more did? I mean, everybody's in, all institutions are in. I wouldn't buy it at this moment, obviously. But then stock did have, when it went from 100 to 300, it had a nice pullback to 220. It based and then took its next leg up, doubled again. So, if you had followed the 52-week high list, you would be trading SanDisk all along, as opposed to dealing with BMNR or Palantir or whatever. I'm just looking at the technicals, chopsticks. Looks good to me. In that same group, there's other stocks that haven't moved as much, so maybe you should look at those. Again, none of this is trading financial investment advice, such as Western Digital, right? Same group. You got to look at the same groups, by the way. So if something is outperforming in a group, you got to look at it. Like I'm long, I was long, I took all the profits. I was long Carnival Cruise Line, CCL, right? Okay, well, what's in the group, right? NCLH and RCL. So look at those stocks, right? Because there's a leader in certain groups, and then that leader will outperform even the other ones in the group, right? Western Digital, Seagate Technology, STX. Take a look at those. Maybe those are the next ones to go, because they do take turns. I mean, they all go up, they all outperform, but then SanDisk has been outperforming everything. And the earnings came out, they beat the earnings by $100. I mean, they may earn $25 a share this year. It's incredible. Do I consider Ethereum BMNR investment or a trade? BMNR definitely a trade. Ethereum, I don't know. I guess it's an investment. I dollar cost average more Bitcoin this morning, the same amount. I've been doing it all last year. I'm going to do it all this year. That's an investment. BMNR, definitely a trade. Because without Ethereum, BMNR is not going anywhere. If Ethereum goes down, well, it's pretty simple. Ethereum went from 4,700 to 2,200, which is about 55%. How much did BMNR go down? Went from 75.80 to 20. 80%. Why? Because MNAV is getting crushed. So, yeah. I'm not a huge fan of trading crypto, such as Ethereum or Solana or Bitcoin. I'm DCAing Bitcoin long term. But I do trade the proxies, BMNR, BMNU, MSTR, 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 MSTR I haven't touched for a while. Michael, my BMNU cost basis is like 5. after selling calls for 2-3 months and initially getting assigned with taking the premium and other, but still down. It's 3. I mean, I'll sell a couple of more cycles, get myself out, but that's a trade. Yeah. I mean, I think I answered that question. Doc, good morning. Manny P, good morning. Luis, good morning. AAP and PCS. Okay. Is AAP in the 52-week high list? I don't know. Mike does not show up as a member. Why is that? Oh, he does show up as a member. Yeah, he does show up as a member. Okay. All right. So what else is going on? We have some economic data, very heavy on the employment side. Let me go through that real quick. Oh, just added to my Hecla position. Okay. Let's see what we got on the economic calendar. Today, ISM manufacturing PMI data. I don't know how that was. Very, very heavy on the employment or unemployment news this week. On Tuesday, jobs opening data. My good old Alphabet's earnings are coming out on Wednesday. Gotta love that stock. Long-term, one of my long-term holds. Thursday, initial jobless. Thursday, also Amazon coming out with earnings. And Friday, jobs report. So jobs this week. And all about labor markets and a couple of more Mag 7 earnings coming out. So we'll see. I mean, Google's cakes, hitting on all cylinders. Amazon, not much. The other Mag 7 kind of struggling, I'll go. Obviously, jobs are going to be important, but then massive layoffs again last week. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but interesting. Anyway, interesting week coming up. Pretty volatile. Weekend was, if you guys watched, any of you, at 5 p.m. Pacific, the futures open, and then they kept selling off down to 90 handles, almost 1.5%. That was pretty nasty. And then look where we are. Again, I got to take my hat off to Jem Carson, who's a GOAT when it comes to volatility, and has been saying this. And he says, listen, all the people who are hedging themselves by buying index puts and all the things like that, they're going to lose double. He's 100% right. So imagine if you're holding Palantir from 200, it's down to 145. If you're holding Hood from 155, it's down to 90. If you're holding SoFi from 30 plus down to 21, these, or HIMS or all these, internet favorites, which people still hold the bag and say, oh, buy more. I'm like, okay, keep buying more. Throw your money into the fire pit. But so if you hedged yourself by buying index puts or put debit spreads or even shorted the futures, look where you would be. You're losing double. You're losing 50% on the stock, and then the indexes are literally at all-time highs. He was right. He said that 6 months ago, and I do dabble into put debit spreads. Luckily, I got out. I had some put debit spreads, protected me a little bit on the downside last week, but it's really, really difficult to buy puts on indexes, man. They just don't work. They work when they work, obviously, such as last April, right? But I don't see it. So anyway, let's go to positions. Let's see where we are. Full transparency, I post my positions every day for the members group at the end of the day. And I also post my equity at the end of the week for the members. So what do members get? Let me just get that out of the way. Members get the trades live. They get the positions. They get the equity at the end of the week. They also get a members-only live stream every Wednesday or Thursday, depending on my schedule. But I've been doing it. I like doing those. It's more of a tutorial for them where we can be like on interacting one-on-one. So those will go on indefinitely until I dissolve the group. So here we are. You guys can see this, right? Yeah, full house. There's a lot of positions going on. So I'll post these on the community. page of the YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So still have the leaps on ASST. They're melted down to almost nothing, carrying ridiculous amount of unrealized losses on that one. I'm just short a couple AV, Aero Environment, put credit spreads. This was part of a bigger trade, which actually was a very profitable trade. So I just left a couple of put credit spreads on. I may add to it with the weeklies. We'll see. We'll see where they are. Here's my BMNU. Fucking 315. Wow. Actually, I had an order to double up at 250 overnight, and it got to 258. It didn't get done. So too bad. It is what it is. So just, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I mean, what is there to say? I'm crying. My cost base is at 5. I'll sell another cycle. I don't even know how much they are worth, but then I have 3 weeks to go for the VEBs to expire. Luckily, I took in a shit ton of money when I sold the calls, when the stock was higher. I sold the 6, 7, 8 calls. Sold the 6s at 1.5, sold the 7s at 113, sold the 8s at 87 cents. They're down to nickels and dimes. They'll expire worthless, I'm pretty sure. Would I like to get called away? Oh my God, would I? Definitely. But I don't think it's going to double from here. So stranger things have happened, though. We'll see. So next cycle, I'll sell 5, 6, 7 calls. Lower the cost basis some more. I also have a put credit spread on 4.3 PCS at, I think I sold it at 50 cents. It's $1. I don't mind getting assigned a little bit more shares at 3.5. Honestly, what else can I do? Carnival Cruise Lines from the 52-week high list. I had 70 calls, long 30s. Sold 60 of them this morning, between 150 and 2. And then sold the weeklies against my 30 calls expiring February 20th. Sold the weeklies at 35 cents. Basically, I'm in the trade for 28 cents. I can suck out on Friday. It depends where it's at. Stock is 32.21, outperforming beautifully. And, 28 cents will turn into $2. It's pretty good. I am long sort of a synthetic of the 4-legged trades that I put on Dollar Tree. I am long, well, I'm short 120, 115 put credit spread. With that money, I turned around and bought 120, 130 call debit spread. Same thing on Galaxy. Short. Again, the sizing, you guys got to watch the sizing. Sizing is super, super important in these. And I can do 100, but I'm only doing 10, right? Okay. Hecla Mining, actually, I may add to that in a second. I'm short the 21.18 put credit spread, turned around and bought the 25.32. I think there'll be a rally in silver between now and March expiration. And this is almost, actually, 21.03. Okay, almost on the 50 EMA. Actually, 50 SMA. I added these 2 new positions today, KTOS, Kratos Defense and Security. Only 5 lots, sold the 95.90 per credit spread, bought the 115 call debit spread, going out to March. Position was just put on. I put on Ondas today, ONDS, sold the 10 puts, bought the 7.5, so 10, 7.5 per credit spread. Bought the 10.15 call debit spread with that, and I did that at 20 cents. That's like profitable already. I am long some open door calls, which I'll hold for another week probably. And I have ZSL, which is so my ZSL position is kind of protecting the HL position. Since HL is Hecla Mining, a silver stock, ZSL, I'm long 2,500 shares and also put on a 2-3. This is the covered strangle. I had sold a 2-3 combo expiring February 20th at 94 cents. So either I'll sell everything at 3.94 or I'll buy more at 1.05. Or if it ends up here, they expire worthless, I'll sell another round of strangle. So that's going to work out fine. What else? Actually, let me take a look at this heckler situation. I think I'll add. So on those, I'm pressing a little bit here. I'm up to 25 lots. Let me see if I can add another 5 at a decent credit. Overall credit, which is fine. On a bounce to 23, this position will be very profitable. And I'm pretty sure we'll get a bounce to 23 to 25 in these ones. Silver bounces. What are we doing? We're selling the 21s. Buying the 18s. That's a PCS, defined risk downside trade. PCS meaning put credit spread. Always defined risk downside, folks. Selling naked puts and calls is disaster, especially if you don't understand or manage the risk properly. And rolling, by the way, to further out and down if you're in trouble with a put side is not trading. It's just kicking the can down the road. You're basically making yourself from a short-term trader to a long-term investor. Because at some point that's going to end if the stock keeps going lower. Yeah, talk to some of the, I don't know, talk to some HIMS holders, I guess, when the stock goes from 70 to 24 or 26, whatever the heck it is. Okay, so we're buying the calls, selling the 32s. We're at 50 cents now. 50 cents is no bueno. We just did it at 40 cents. Let's put it at 75 cents. I think 75, 80 cents maybe. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where it's going to stop. It should stop somewhere around 20, I would say. 80-cent credit. Okay, that's in there. Now stock is 2104. Silver must be selling off again. Yeah, we're right in the range now. Lower Bollinger Band, I don't think it's going to come into play, but it may. And 20 SMA, yeah, we're right on top of it almost, maybe another 50 cents or so. Okay, cool. Just another trade, folks. Don't fall in love with any trade. It's just another trade. Silver. Yeah, silver's selling off a little bit more. What is the 50 SMA on silver? Yeah, I just create some templates so you can just switch around and take a look. I don't like too many lines on my charts. Yeah, 67-ish. Okay, well, by then we'll get filled probably. And here is your SPY index making new highs, almost. Right? I mean, what else is there? Where is Hood? I may do some weekly Hood. PCS is 89 now. Wow, just absolutely getting smashed. Yeah, don't mess with it, Serge. This is under 200 EMA. Death crosses are happening everywhere. Next support, I have no idea where it is, and I don't even want to deal with it. Next support, I mean, there's no support here until, I don't know, 70. Technically, anyway, chopsticks talk, folks. Don't take my word for it. Interesting. Yeah, those are the positions. If you have questions, post it. We'll kind of trade together, I guess. And CCL, I mean, there's nothing to do. I'm just going to wait until Friday and take my money out. And PM menu, God help everyone. KTOS is new. Galaxy is bouncing a little bit, which is fine. DLTR, yeah. That's a very peculiar stock. So it's 143, 52-week high, down to 117. It's not bouncing, which is not a good sign, actually. KTOS on DOS were put on today. Yeah, okay. All right. That's it. Those are the positions. We'll see. Why buy more BMNU? I don't know. What does that mean? Bitcoin can lose 75 and go to 60K at this point. Crypto and turn if you I have no idea. I don't know. I'm trading. Right? We're trading. If you know all this, why are you in BMNU? I'm pretty sure you are. I don't know. You know. Yeah, people start talking negative about these things, and then that's probably the bottom. So when you feel totally disgusted next time you come on the live stream, the funk, it'll probably be the bottom. So, you know, most retail is pretty good gauge of figuring out where bottoms are in certain things. Actually, my Robinhood, small Robinhood account, I want to do a little bit more heckler. I like the Robinhood interface. Totally made up for gambling. Totally. Yeah, heckler, we did one more. Let's do one more. I do ones in my Robinhood account. It's fun. Although Robinhood robs me blind every time. They don't give me the prices. Nothing like Tasty or Thinkorswim. At least there you get executions. And Robinhood doesn't give you. You know why? Because it's not free. They have to sell your order to somewhere, and they have to make a penny on you. I don't know. Yeah, I'll do one more. One more. Credit. Okay. 60-cent credit. Okay. Cool. Cool. Trending news. What is the trending news? Yeah, we already know that news. We already know that news. Sorry, folks. I gotta respond to this. Okay. Anything else going on? No. Anybody want to come on? Yeah, I'll post a link. What time is it? Only 10:33. Okay. Here's the link if you guys want to show up and discuss whatever you guys want to discuss. There it is. Grab it and show up. All I ask is that you're in a quiet place with a good internet reception so we don't get cut off. Yeah. Let's go back to positions. Maybe we can trade together. I don't know. I'm not going to do anything else. There's a few stocks I'm watching. When they get there, I'll transact, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, why is Hood so weak? I don't know. Is it because crypto? Commissions are going to go down if the market sells off? The market's making an all-time high, almost. Actually, let's look at some charts. Yeah, good idea, Sergio. Entertain yourself a little bit. Let's look at some chopsticks. There's Hood. Ugly. Ugly as it could be. Technically, folks, don't get pissed off at me. I'm just a messenger. Technically, it looks like shit. Technically, Hood looks like next support on Hood is the old high, which is literally 67. Yeah, this is one of the darlings of Wall Street. So stock is 154 high. We're down to 90. We're down over 50%. No, 30%, 35% from the all-time high, while the market's making the all-time high. Somebody also had told me there's the neckline is breaking, Surge. There's a head and shoulder top, and I do agree, actually. I mean, this is a classic head and shoulder top with the neckline that just broke today, and then it's accelerating. So the measurement The way you do it, if you read your technical analysis books, it's from the neckline to the top. So neckline was 95, top was 155. So that's 60 from the neckline. 35? Oh, I even would buy it at 35. Let's take a look at my long-term port. Google is one, cost 152. Bought it in April, got lucky. Then it went to 140 actually, and then I should have bought more. I should have put the whole port in there. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. We're at 343. I'm short the May 2026 350 calls at 26 bucks. I think they're 35. Whoever bought them from me did a good job. But I don't mind letting it go at 375 in May, which will be long-term capital gains territory. I'm long Lulu. I had a good profit on Lulu. I let it go. Well, almost back to even. I'm long Lulu at 182. Yeah, it got up to like 215 actually, but this is all long-term port stuff. I don't touch it. Next one is UPS. I paid 96 for it. We're at 109. I paid actually, I bought it this day right here when they announced the layoffs. The gap up day, earnings day. Yeah, I think UPS is about to turn around. But even in the same group, right? So FDX, new 52-week high. Would I rather deal with, if I'm trading, would I rather deal with FDX or would I rather deal with UPS? I'd rather deal with FDX, but in my long-term port, I'm not long FDX. I'm long UPS. There you go. Okay, so the same thing, SanDisk, right? Look at that thing. I mean, okay, it went from 100, not even 100, 60 to 270, did this beautiful consolidation, never went below 50 EMA, and then took off. Now it's going to do the same thing, but in a wider range probably between 700 and 500 is going to do the same thing. So stocks do this, deal with these stocks. So in the same group, Western Beach, it hasn't gone as crazy as the other one, but maybe the earnings are not there. The earnings come out on that already? Yeah, they did. Let's take a look. Look at the earnings on these things, folks. Estimate 183, actual 213, beat by 30%. How about Seagate Technology? That's bull flagging. I may actually take a crack at that. Earnings. 262 estimate, 311 actual, beat by 20+%. And look at the SanDisk's earnings that just came out. Look at this. Estimate 330, actual 620. 100% beat. That's why the stocks are doing what they're doing. So, for example, on long CCL, only 10 left out of 70. It's going to go make a new 52-week high. Now I'm looking at in the same group, which chart looks better? CCL, RCL? RCL looks nice, or NCLH. Norwegian Cruise Lines. They're all in the same business, right? NCLH actually probably has some room to catch up. That's all I'm saying, folks. Deal with stocks that are on uptrends. If you're going to sell puts, buy calls, whatever you're going to do, deal with stocks that are on uptrends. Period. Okay? All right. So these are the two new ones I put on today, KTOS. Why did I do it? Right on the 50 EMA. How did I pick my numbers? Stock support at 95. I do 95.90 PCS, but credit spread with limited downside risk, defined downside risk. Stocks high 134. We're down 40 from the high. Okay. And how did I do the upper CDS? How did I decide on that? Because one of my members, actually, Osvaldo, asked that yesterday. I look at where could the stock bounce? Okay, stock will bounce to 120. My then CDS should be capped at 120. In fact, I took it a little less. I did the 100, 115 call debit spread. So on a bounce, that position will be very, very profitable. And if it keeps going down, yes, it will be a loser for sure. But it won't be like I'm naked puts, and because stock could go drop to 60, 30, whatever. I can't lose more than $5. So those are the things you guys got to understand. So I put that on. I put on this. Oh, we're 1087. We're taking off. I should have put on more position there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, why did I do that at? Okay, right at 50 EMA. I sold the 10 puts, bought the 7.5 puts. Again, define risk downside, 10, 15 call debit spread, 15 because the highest stock's high is 15. You know, I mean, I think we can actually add to that at some point, even if it's higher. CCL 32.43, making about a make a 52-week high. Beautiful. I may take my money out on that at some point. I mean, it's just I can't take more than 2 out, so 2 is my max. Whatever. It is what it is, folks. Heckler we didn't do. Let's see, maybe add to. Ondas is taken off now. Shit, should have done 10, 15. Okay, I'll just take a look. Nope, wrong one, Serge. We're gonna sell the 10 puts. Buy the 7.5 puts. Buy the 10 calls. Sell the 15 calls. We're at 54 cents. Let's put some more on at 50 cents. Let's negotiate. Maybe 45 cents. So I did it at, I think, 20 cents. That doubled already. Damn. Okay, 45 cents is good. All right, order is in. You guys hopefully understood what I did there. On a pullback, I would like to get back in there. Add to the position, actually. So you don't do it just when it goes down, also do it when it's going up. Yeah, we just retested, actually. Oh, pretty big. 1.5 million share volume candle. Wow. 45 cents. We put it in. 45 is fair. Actually, now it's going the other way. Okay, let's cancel that. Let's take it to 40 cents. This is 40-cent debit, folks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, everything else we hold. CCL, what can we do? We can't do anything. We can't take 2 out. Can we take 2 out yet? Yeah, I sold the 32s. I think I can take 32 out. Let me see. Sell the 30s, buy the 32s. Sell the 30s. Sell the Feb 30s. Regular expiration. And buy the weekly 32s back. Yeah, get it over with. Wait a minute. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, okay. 190. Yeah, I cannot take more than 2 out. 190 is fair. I don't want to wait 4 more days. Let's put it at 190. Do I have an order there? No. Okay, yeah, we'll take 190. Give him a 10-cent tip, the market maker. So we're selling the 32s, 30s, buying the weeklies back. Then I sold this morning at 35 cents. Whoever bought it from me tripled their money, which is fine. Everybody make money. You know, I'll cut 5 at 190. Let's see if they give it to me. Yeah, we did. 190 is good. Taking profits. Nobody went broke taking profits. Down to 5. Okay. Let's do the next one at 195. We can suck that much out. Sell. Buy. 5 last. Yeah, that's like a 6x. 195. 195 is fair. That won't get done, I'm pretty sure. No. Maybe later. What else? Yeah, we didn't do the heckler. It's okay. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, this is just taking off on me now. God dang it. Shit. Let's raise it to 50 cents. Don't like chasing, but then once in a while you gotta chase if it's worth it. I mean, if this thing's gone to 15, that call debit spread is going to be 5. We put in 20 cents, folks. That's like 25x. Yeah, 50 cents is good. Why not? Chase it. Chase it my way. I don't like chasing, but it is what it is. What else is going on? Not much else. Actually, I may have a green day today, which is good. ZSL 266. So I sold a strangle on that at 94 cents. We're down to 35 cents, 40 cents. Just going to let it go. Let time take care of itself. 50 cents. Can we do it at 50 cents? Are we going to have to negotiate with this now? Sell the... Yeah, we should have done more of that, but we did it where the starting was the right point. So I don't know. We're at 63 cents. Nah, 50 is fair. On a pullback, we'll get it done at 50 cents. No rush. So that's the triple already. So I got in at 20 cent debit. We're at 63 credit. That's why you do the four-legged ones, and then you can lift the legs at the right times, and you can trade. It's called trading, folks. If you know what you're doing, you should be all right. Dollar Tree is just peculiar. Anyway, so let's go to some more charts. That's on this. It's the daily. Yeah, I think we'll get a bounce here. Maybe middle Bollinger Band, 12.5, 13 range. And then you have Palantir. I think it's rallying a little bit today. I'll make up a couple of bucks. That's under 200 EMA as well. And that's SoFi, same thing. All these, I'm mentioning it because the market's flying today. They're all red, you know. And then people are in IREN and NBIS and all that stuff. I'm like, actually, IREN is okay. Okla retesting the low. You know, not interested. Where are those quantum computing stocks I was short? You guys see those labels where I was short? I was short in the 40, 50 range. Down to 17. Nope, no bueno. NVIDIA. Red. See, something is happening. I don't know. I mean, this NVIDIA also looks like a massive top to me, but then it is what it is. Where are the interest rates today? Wow, interest rates going higher. Interesting. Where is the dollar index? Actually, dollar is rallying. Is that why gold and silver are selling off? Potentially. But it's just rallying into resistance, honestly. Silver. That was nasty. What a sell-off. I missed the trade of the year by literally by being a pig and not paying what the market maker wanted. I mean, if you're in my group, you know what I'm talking about. You know, March 400 puts. I wanted to buy 75 of them at $1. I think they're like, I don't even want to look at it. What's the point? Actually, for fun purposes, let's take a look at it. So we were buying those at $1, and then they never opened there. The market maker increased the IV and put 135 to 150 on it. I'm like, I'm not paying 50% premium, like a dumb shit that I am. Let's see where those are at the March 400s. At that point, GLD was 530. And people go like, why are you buying 5 delta, 0.5 delta? Well, who gives a fuck about delta, bro? Anyway, so let's see where they are. Don't tell me. They killed the IV, of course, on those. Yeah, see, they're, oh my God, they're 7.5. Holy crap. Yeah, when I was trying to buy them, they put 43 IV on it. Now they're down to 30. The market falls. They crush the IV, but then the price is falling so fast that, you know, that's 7x. Wow. God damn. Oh, well. Missed the big fish on that one. But now we're going to play the bounce. There's definitely going to be a bounce in silver and gold. But from where? I don't know. We'll see. That's why we scale in. Yeah. Where is the 50 SMA? Yeah. Well, maybe we'll get a chance to do the cycle 67. So we'll get a bounce to 20, back to 20 MA, back to 83 to 85 range. HL will rally 5 points. We'll get out with profits. And that'll be the end of that trade. And then we'll look for the retest. Yeah. So CCL will have the order in at 195. I don't think they'll give it to me. They shouldn't give it to me. Maybe they'll give it to me Wednesday, probably. Probably Wednesday. Time decay, folks. Wow. You know, the NCLH may do well, actually. You know? Why am I not buying that one? If CCL is going to make a 52-week high, they're all going to make 52-week highs. It's the right group. That's a nice looking chart, too, actually. A little cup and a handle action. See, I know chopsticks as well as anyone, but I don't kind of talk about it. I mean, technical analysis shows you what happened in the past. It doesn't show you what's going to happen, obviously. And here's Ethereum. I mean, what is there to say? I mean, look at that breakdown over the weekend. Look at that gap down. Look at that ugliness. MACD turning down from 0. I mean, I can't be more bearish on this thing. And that's why BMNR is going to keep going down. I mean, people are still drawing lines on this thing. They started drawing lines at like 80. You know, oh, okay, go. Yeah. So wherever ETHA goes, which is the iShares Ethereum ETF, that's where the other one's going to go. So same thing with IBIT, which is the iShares Bitcoin. Look at that breakdown. At least Bitcoin has some support down here. Maybe like 75, 74K. Ethereum, I have no idea where support is on that thing. It's just broke down nasty. I mean, are they going to gap it up? I don't know. I have no idea. And same thing happening with MSTR. Look at that thing. I mean, 457 down to 140, and people go, oh, it's cheap here. Well, you could have said that for the last 300 points, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather not deal with it. I have enough headaches. What else am I watching? I'm watching FIGR. I'm going to buy that at down to the 50 MA range, maybe down to 50. LIVN, I want to participate. That's breaking out. We should be participating there. ST, I want to participate on that breakout. I'm definitely going to participate on that one. SYNA, I like that chart. Yeah, that's kind of bouncing a little bit. The VLO, we traded. Did that put, don't tell me it got to 12 again. There are too many. Yeah, okay. May take a look at that again. Toll Brothers, I like. Consolidating before breakout. Form factor, I like. That's not even pulling back that much. DOCN, I like, but then it didn't give me a chance. Maybe just a little sniff this morning, and then boom. Yeah, you got to be there. Hot. Yeah, consolidation. So, you know, create a 52-week high. Listen, trade those stocks, folks. Red Rock. That's also, I got to put that on my list. RRR. Breakout trade for sure. So STRRR are breakout trades. Yeah, that thing is going to go flying. See? I don't deal with other shit. Why do I need to deal with shit? And Toll Brothers. Those are all breakouts coming up. And there was one more, actually. Cushman and Wakefield. Yeah, that's also going to break out. Look at that. And once that breaks out, adios. Next one is OSS I'm watching. If it does pull back, yep, 150 MA, I will buy that. Down to maybe 8.5, 875. I like that chart as well. Of course. ONDS 1097, sure. Why would you give it to me? Maybe we'll get it tomorrow. We're going to add tomorrow. I don't know. It's okay. So Apple's earnings were decent. That's bouncing. That came right to 200 EMA and went up. Amazon and Google are this week. That's consolidating, looking good. Google, gotta love it. Oh, I went away actually. And last but not least, I have two more stocks coming up. Well, Kava I'm long already. Kava I'm long at 58. It's at 60. Head down to 70. It's okay, we'll hold it. And I'm trying to buy Netflix in the long-term port. I'm short the 88 and 83 puts. With God's grace, in February 20th, I will have a full position on Netflix because I want to accumulate that between 80 and 85. Tesla selling off today, ironically. It's kind of consolidating, though. I think that's going to go higher. Uber. Yeah, we're up. Oh, we did bounce from 79. Okay, earnings are out tomorrow on that. I like PLAB a lot. Don't be up. Oh, gosh. Yeah, this is just consolidating before it goes nuts. We'll definitely have to trade that. See, there's so many stocks I'm looking at. Why do I need to deal with Hood? I mean, Jesus. Like, why? It's a fucking headache. MACD under 0, under all the moving averages. 50 is crossing, 20 crossed to 50. They're coming down to cross to 200. Fundamentally, it's expensive, obviously, right? Just like Coinbase. People go, Coinbase. I'm look at that thing. Why do I need to deal with that headache? Oh, I sell puts. I make money. Yeah, good luck. Go for it. You'll just be rolling. Don't deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. If I want to sell puts, I want them to expire worthless. How does that happen? If the stock goes up. Not by catching falling knives. Doesn't work. Does not work. But then people have fixed ideas about these things. Heckle. Yeah, this one's going to be a good bouncer, actually. Anyway, so it's about 11. I think I did my time. Gave you guys some entertainment. Let's look at the positions one last time. Okay. BMNU 308. Anything, it just can't get out of its own bag, bro. Paper bag. I'm telling you. Fucking garbage. Yeah, the LTR bounce will be a nice play, actually. So I'm positioned for a bounce on all these, so it'll be good. Galaxy, I don't know. CCL, where are we at CCL? 195. You know what? I'm going to give you a gift market maker. You can have it at 190. It's not going to make me any more money. It's not going to make me more money. I capped myself, unfortunately. Adios, CCL. It was nice to know you. On any pullback, please, I will buy you back. Any pullback. Any pullback on CCL. Or we can switch to NCLH. We have a lot of positions, so I'm not worried. We have the Heckler in. We have KTOS just started. Well, 1DS is not going to give it to me, I'm pretty sure. ZSL, ZSL, nothing else to do. Just do it when it gets there. Okay, folks. It was nice chatting with you all. I'll answer the remaining questions and then say go have a cup of coffee and finish my day. Yeah. Okay. You like AAP chart or company? I have no idea what AAP is. What is it? I have no idea. If it's not making a 50, if it's making a 52-week low, no. AAP, no, don't care. Advanced Auto Parts, just bouncing up to resistance at 200 EMA. Don't know anything about it. Don't care. Don't care. I like your other one better. LAB. I like that group, actually. I'd rather do that than AAP. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, anyway, folks. Show me a stock that's making a 52-week high, then I'll take a look. Doesn't mean that within there will be pullbacks, of course. When they do pull back, then you have to be ready to step up. You know, you can trade those 52-week high two ways. Pullbacks within the trend, uptrend, not downtrend, uptrend. See, AAP is in a downtrend, clearly. Right? Okay. Yeah. Lower lows, lower highs. Don't like it. It may do fine. Just don't like it. Excuse me. You just need to move on DLTR. Come on, man. Just need to give me a 10-point bounce there. I think we'll get it this week, hopefully. Yeah, all the positions are where they are, and they're supposed to be. Yeah. Okay, cool. Don't like AAP. No. So I answered that question. So see you guys on Wednesday. May all your longs rocket. May all your shorts tank. Last question. So ATS look bearish? I guess. No guess. It's horrible. No bottom. Just made a lower low. Reaction low. Just broke that basing action that it tried. Technically speaking, it's not a guess. It's been bearish since 4,000. Trend is your friend, my man. Making lower lows, lower highs. I don't know. That's a downtrend. Simplest way I can put it. Bottom? What bottom? You're hoping it doesn't tank some more. I mean, it's on its way to 2,000, 1,500, 1,800, whatever. You know, lower lows, lower highs continue. You know, bottom will be put in if it starts going sideways, starts doing some work going, because there's a lot of technical damage done on ETH, on not as much on some Bitcoin actually. Solana, massive downtrend. So if you're in any of these things, but then again, they're wall childs. They could bottom overnight. I don't know, but I'd rather not deal with it, honestly. Guessing. I'd rather buy pullbacks on uptrends and then buy new highs. If I'm trading anything, well, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, no bottom in sight. No, it went sideways and then it broke down over the weekend. What does that say? Didn't hold. So all that band now is going to be resistance. Okay, so you know, you should go buy a technical analysis book if you're going with that. I don't know. I don't know what your level of understanding is when it comes to technical analysis, but that whole band should have been the bottom. It should have broken out. It didn't. Rolled over, broke down. All those buyers there for a month and a half, they're all sellers now. All right? When it bounces there, they're all just going to go get me the fuck out with break even. That's where the resistance is. Technical analysis, my man. 101. Buy a book. I actually recommend a book in my chat group. Is Technical Analysis by John Murphy, who's a GOAT of technical analysis. And I mean, I'm just going with technical analysis. Fundamentally, I have no idea. I have some ideas, but I'm just going this year. I'm just going to purely go with technical analysis. I'm not going to guess what it is, because if a stock is going from the lower left to the upper right, fundamentals are good, like SanDisk and all these other ones that I'm looking at. When a stock is going from the upper left to the lower right, fundamentals are no good. I have never in my 35 years seen a stock with good fundamentals that is going consistently or considerably lower. Okay? Fundamentals are always built into the picture. That's all I can say. And what will happen is that stocks sell off before the bad fundamentals come. So that's why Hood is selling off. Wall Street, you know, they're selling off the stock. What happens is that stocks first go up with no good news. You have to understand this, folks. When stocks are going up with no good news and everybody's scratching their head and like, why is this thing going up? The whoosh, the market knows. And who's the market? Don't ask me. The market knows. It will move the stock up and then fundamentals will catch up. And then it'll consolidate. Wait for the fundamentals to catch up. It'll break out again. And then earnings will come up. Look at SanDisk, right? Beating earnings by 100%. It's all built into the picture. On the other ones that are doing this, right? So Hood is breaking down completely. Okay, people are going to go, it's cheap. No, it's not cheap, because now the bad fundamentals are going to catch up. The bad news is going to catch up to the stock. Same thing with PayPal, same thing with HIMS, same thing with Rigetti, same thing with all the other ones. Okay? I'm not talking the meme stocks. Those are bubbles, and it happens, it dies. But what I'm saying is that fundamentals are always in the picture. And no stock that I've seen in 35 years has a great chart. I'm not talking meme stock now, that has bad fundamentals, and vice versa. Okay? And that's why you look at technical analysis. It tells you the picture. The picture's worth 1,000 words. You can go study the earnings reports and all that stuff, fundamental, fine. There's fundamental analysis, technical analysis. Picture, fundamentals are in the picture. If a stock is going lower and lower and lower, that means fundamentals are bad. But on the ones you're talking about, BMNR, there's no fundamentals. There's no company. There's no earnings. Right? And they just hold ETH. It just goes with ETH. If ETH is going to go lower, BMNR is going to go lower. Nothing more, nothing less. But the sideways band looks like a bottom. What? How's that bottom? It broke down. And then break down or breaks resistance. There isn't, I don't know. I don't think you know what you're talking about. All that band now, okay, is resistance now. It has to go above all that now. Good luck. It'll take some time. In fact, I'll show you that because you've been here patiently. Here's your ETH, my man. It's trash. Right there. Here's the ETH chart daily. All this is just another top, just like here. See the difference between here and here, my man? Here, it went up, went sideways, broke out. On this one, it went down, went sideways for a month and a half, and broke down instead of break out. That's the difference. If you look at this is as bearish as it could be. The best you're hoping for now is going to bounce to break down and roll over and make lower lows. That's what technical analysis is telling me. Could it be different? Of course it could. Would it be super bullish if ETHA went above 32.5? Yes, it would. That will coincide with probably 3,500 on ETH, okay, or 3,300. So yeah, until then, no bueno. All the moving averages are rolling over. Death crosses have happened already. This is all technical mumbo jumbo, my man. But this here, what happened over the weekend? Now, this would have been bullish if we held that low and then bounced, and then this then would be considered a base after the breakout. But now we broke down. Where's the next support? On ETHA, old highs, last low, about 20. Another 10% lower from here. So that will put ETH, I don't know, about 2,000, right? And where will that put BMNR? Probably 18 to 20. Where will that put the BMNU? About 2.5. There you go. That's technical analysis for you. I mean, it's as simple as I can put it. I think it's pretty simple to me. Like in January trading, yeah, it looked like a bottom until it didn't. You should have cut like months ago, but no, there's nothing you can do. Anyway, I know you're suffering. I'm not trying to be asshole to you, but look, man, you made your bed, you sleep in it. It's all about trading. Whoever you sold the puts to, they're happy. So selling puts doesn't come without a risk. I'm not trying to be mean to you, man. All I'm trying to do is educate you, okay? Because to me, I look at charts all day long, and some are good, some are shit, some are sideways. You take your best setups. If you're bearish, that's a great setup for you. If you are bullish, that's a horrible setup. That's horrible. It just broke down. Again, only technical analysis. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that said, my hat's off to all of you. May all your longs rocket. May all your shorts tank. I will see you guys Wednesday, Trading with Sergio. If you're interested, please put a thumbs up. Go to my website. Subscribe to the free newsletter that I offer. Should be coming out in about 50 minutes, so you have time to get the latest version, or go to the blog and educate yourself about financial literacy. And if you want to become a member of the channel, click join, send me an email, sergio@sergiovadium.com. I'll send you the Telegram chat group link. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back on Wednesday. We'll see where the positions are. And stay healthy and stay safe.